neck, my boy, off the top.
I just scraped it off the top.
It's week 17 of the NFL, and we've got the incomparable Travis Kelce. He's been a target machine each week, 5th in the league in receptions. It's the Chiefs and the Broncos, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Brandon Gaudin joined as always by Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Broncos in this one. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. Now they're led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2018, Baker Mayfield.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
Wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
They're hoping to get rid of that interception bug. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Well, you get a look at their key inactives for this week's game, and Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow. That ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown! Cortland Sutton. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out at Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
A dump down to McKinnon. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Here's Jerick McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Up the middle, it's Williams. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Broncos at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Quinn Miners, 3rd-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Finds Dulcich out left side. And he will have a Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. These two teams met in Kansas City earlier this season with the Chiefs winning that ball game. So if they can win again here in KC, they would pull off the season sweep. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Next, the receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Chase Edmonds, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by the Chase Edmonds touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
The numbers for Smith-Schuster in that game last week. 6 catches, 84 yards.
And he was able to haul that. But he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. Second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football, as they've got it with a third down and less than a yard. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 30. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Yeah, you're impressed,
yeah, I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On third down, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. Again with a juke. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Now Mahomes. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They go play action. Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Travis Kelce and the Chiefs set to take over again. As we find ourselves in Week 17, he's already well over the 1,000-yard mark. So there's no pressure there. We'll just see where this final tally ends.
And I love what you just talked about there. There's no pressure. There's pride, right? So the higher he can take that number and rank with his peers, everyone wants to be number 1. He wants to post that number like a good golfer, right? Post the best score and go to the clubhouse and kick back and see if anyone can match it.
Well, and he's the go-to guy here out wide. We'll see what they can do with him in this game. Defensively, they have a big challenge on their hands. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Randy Gregory in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. He'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing is Mahomes on third. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the PI decline, and that'll give them a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here into the hands of Moore. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15 Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, 2 cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes going to leave it with Edwards-Helaire on the draw. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at about the 14. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. but not what you want to see this late in the season. The medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. That's taken in by Dulcich. And another tackle on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the counter, here's Williams. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield now. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more on that one and another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing, Mayfield. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now Mayfield on 4th down. Touchdown, Broncos. Chase Edmonds with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense set to go.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And again, it's Mahomes.
He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes finding Edwards-Helaire once again. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete. Nearly intercepted. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mahomes now to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll go jet sweep here with Sutton. Uses the stiff arm. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but They'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Randy Gregory picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. One final try for Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles.